鮭
Sake.
臭くない。
That is like a ridiculous argument. I do imagine that a panda would stink, by the way.
クションみたいに扱う。
Because you are an animal, I guess?
パンダだからな
Yeah.
だかなまんま
By the way, pandas don't really talk, but okay.
入りゃしね
濡れるのが嫌なんだよ。でも俺はお前らと
Is he
違
a
って
panda or is he a
汗か
cat?
か
I don't know
ないし
which
ちゃんと
one.
毎日ファブってる。
Oh my god. Oh. This anime has a lot of references to real life.
お前ら嗅いでみろ
I bet he stinks. Maybe Fushiguro's dogs. I think they're cleaner than
お日様の匂いって感じですね。
like the sun. Does the sun really smell? So because I don't have any question submissions, I am going to copy the questions from the Let's React channel. Canyon, Montana, you guys are the best. Right. So the first question is basically, what do I think about Gojo being angry at higher-ups and thinking that they are basically in a way involved in this, sending the newbies, the first years, to find a special grade object. So my opinion on this is that first, postponing Itadori's execution was actually forced by Gojo himself. I think the higher-ups just did this to get rid of Itadori because he poses a threat in a way. So I assume that nobody really agreed with Gojo's proposition of postponing Itadori's execution. So does this mean that if they decided to force an execution right now to get Itadori killed by the cursed object or by Sukuna himself, I guess, does this mean that Gojo forced his opinion on them? And if not, then why did they agree to postponing Itadori's execution in the first place? I don't really know, to be honest. But the way it sounds is, I draw two conclusions from this. One, the Jujutsu Academy, or like the higher-ups, they are fishy, and for lack of a better term, I wouldn't really trust them, to be honest. Their actions are definitely not very pure. And the second thing is, Gojo said that he would execute them. He would want to execute them. This makes me think that Gojo really is potentially the strongest, because I changed my opinion, as you can probably remember in the previous Q&A. But if he assumes he's powerful enough to take out the higher-ups, then I guess he really is, and he probably really is the strongest. This definitely makes a huge reference to Naruto, by the way, where the sensei, Minato / Gojo, that teleports, or like has flying Raijin, Minato / Gojo, because I assume Gojo's power is teleportation, as I elaborated on in the previous Q&A session, leaves his students, and one of them gets killed, Obito, right? But does he really get killed? I'm not really sure. I'm starting to doubt this now, because Itadori might actually be alive. I think we might be getting something very similar to Attack on Titan, where Eren survived in episode 7 after being eaten by the Santa Claus Titan. So, who knows? But this definitely makes me think that the higher-ups are definitely evil-minded, because even if they think that executing Itadori right now is the correct decision, the correct call to make, the way they're going on about it is very evil. So I would definitely not be trusting them. Let's go to the second question. All right, the second question is if I have any favorite summons of Fushiguro. So far, we've seen the dogs / Akamaru, we've seen Orochimaru's snakes, we've seen Jiraiya's toads, and we've seen Sasuke's hawk. Okay, yeah, I feel odd when I say Sasuke's hawk, because anyways, which one do I prefer the most? I think the one with the most utility would probably be the hawk, because he can use it to fly around. I think that's the one I would want to have. So I'd say this is my favorite one. But if we're going off aesthetics alone, then I quite like the dogs, actually. They look pretty cool. But when it comes to utility, I think nothing beats the flying summoning / the hawk. Right, let's go to the third question. From this last scene, from the cafe scene, I draw two conclusions. One, Gojo really might really be the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer that we know so far, because it's once again confirmed. One, he said it in the first episode, and 2, he is said to be known as the strongest, so he might really actually be the strongest. Second, the volcano-headed guy said that curses are true, pure beings. So does this mean that the only thing that can combat them is genuine kindness? Itadori regained control once Fushiguro actually started talking to him and telling him all these nice things. So is it the genuinity? Is that a word? Is this the genuineness, I guess? Is it how genuine the statement was that made Itadori come back? Or is it something else? I'm not really sure, but this definitely confused me a lot, because it appears that somebody's in charge, so somebody wants to swap the places of humans and curses. Who is this guy? Like, who are they? Who is this person? And 2, the curse itself was talking to someone who looks very much like a human being. So, or potentially a jujutsu sorcerer. Why would anyone do that? Like, is this like an outcast, or is there like an evil jujutsu school and he's the head of it and he hates our school where Gojo is at? I don't really know. I'm very, very confused. But, I'm very excited to see more and find out. Right, let's go to the predictions now. All right, my prediction's ready. So, my prediction is that pure curses are weakened by true kindness the same way that they are strengthened by negative emotions. This will be a big plot point later on in the series. And I've also written down, not really sure if it's visible, Ryutadori or, Ryotadori or Ry-Itadori. Ryomen plus Itadori is actually alive. So I'm not really sure what I should call the combo between Itadori and Sukuna, but Ryutadori kind of sounds cool, so I'll stick with that for now until I come up with something better, I guess. But yeah, Ryutadori, it seems like Ryutadori is alive and well, judging from what we saw in the last scene of this episode. It would be very inconvenient if the main character actually died, so I assume that he is still alive and well. Well, not really well, but alive, I guess. And also, my theory is that, as I said, genuine true kindness is one of the ways to battle curses. So there's just so much more about curses that we don't know. In the last episode, Sukuna actually told the cursed womb, he told him that he didn't even understand what curses actually were, that it's easier for them to heal. So there's a lot more to curses than we actually know, and I'm excited to find this out. But there seems to be a very tight relationship between curses and people, and I really want to explore this in greater detail. But anyways, I'm just ready to watch more Jujutsu Kaisen and find out. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!